ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य मणिस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहसीः अनेनाधीतेन अहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Page 35, mantra number 10. तदपानेना जिघृक्षत् तदावयत् सैषोन्नस्य ग्रहो यद्वायुः अन्नायुर्वा एष यद्वायुः. We are seeing the topic of creation. The Paramatma, after creating the 14 lokas and the lokapalas, the rulers of that lokas, then Sharira Srishti, that means at a total level, Paramatma created the bodies. Having created the bodies and karanams, also sense organs, and annam also that Paramatma has created. Food also created by that Paramatma. Now, what are all created? All of them are created through Maya. What are all created? All of them are created through Maya. Once he has created the Annam, the Virat Purusha he has created. The Virat Purusha in front of him, after creating Annam, what is there before that creation of Annam? The hungry Paramatma has created. Pasidaham. So that hunger and thirst, because of that, Virat tried to eat that food what is created by Paramatma. That food, Paramatma created two types of food. Moving food, non-moving food. I told you, moving food, rats like food for cats. Or goats like food for tigers and lions. Non-moving food is for human beings. Non-moving food for human beings. I hope you can understand by this time. So, nadakkaradhu, parakkaradhu, ellame not for human beings. It is not created for human beings. So, all those moving beings are created for those animals and other species. For human beings, non-moving food is created. Once this Virat tried to eat food, the food he is trying to consume, Virat do not know from which organ he has to eat food. First time, I told you, like our baby. Like our baby, first starting food, you keep food in front of the baby. What baby does, So baby confused, It makes which hand it has to eat, apply everywhere it goes. Like that, Virat also confused. If food tried to go through the eyes, suppose through the eyes food has consumed, suppose, by seeing the food itself, Virat would have been succeeded or satisfied with that food by seeing itself. But food cannot be consumed through the eyes. Then through the ears, try to take food, ears also not able to consume the food. Just figurative, don't take literally. So if ears consume food, just by listening the sound of that food, we would have satisfied with that sound itself. But it is not happening. Like that, each sense organ tried so many mantras we saw up to 9th mantra. From 33 onwards, you see, 33 page number, tad etat sprushtam parang, that when he tried to eat food, the food wants to run away. When Virat want to take food from each other sense organs, food trying to run away. So it is not able to be consumed. First 33, third mantra, Vag Indriyam. Vak Dwara. Yad Vacha Agrahaishyat. From there onwards, Vag Indriyam, speech. Number 2, Grana Indriyam. That is in 4th mantra. Page number 34. Yat Pranena Ajigrikshati. He tried to grasp the food through this. Prana means here Grana Indriyam. Grana Indriyam. He did not succeed in taking or grasping the food. It by smelling. Smelling means what? Through the nose. If you smell, if your hunger is appeased or you are satisfied, by smelling itself we can be happy, but it's not happening like that. So that is also doesn't work. Then the 5th mantra talks about the eyes. Tat chakshusha ajigrikshati tan ashaknoto. Through eyes it could not consume. Then 6th mantra talks about shrotra indriyam. Through the shrotra indriyam tried to consume, nashaknot. It is not possible. Then 7th mantra talks about through the skin. You cannot give food to the skin. Skin cannot consume the food. Then 8th mantra talks about through the mind. What mind does through meditation, you can think about chapati, mind learn. You would have satisfied Virat, but doesn't happen. Therefore, through the mind also, this means these are all devatas only. Mano devata, chakshur devata, srotra devata, dig devata, rasana devata, all devatas could not consume. Each indriyam, don't think ears means ears. I told you, at samashti level, every indriyam is corresponding to devata. That is why tattva bodha you need. All indriyams are one devata. Each devata failed to consume the food. Then 9th mantra talks about upastha indriyam. Tat shikshnena ajigrikshati tan nashakkanot shikshnena grahitum. Even the upastha indriyam dwara, some of them are karma indriyams, some of them are gnana indriyams. So all gnana, karma, indriya, devatas could not swallow the food. So all these devatas are where? In Virat Shariram. So Virat want to consume food, pasi is there, but not able to consume. Finally, this 10th mantra, we have to see. Up to here we saw in the last class. Okay. Now we are seeing the 10th mantra. Tad apanena ajigrikshate. Apana prana dwara Virat tried to consume the food. Tad avayat. Finally succeeded. Virat is able to consume food. Tad avayat means able to swallow the food. Finally succeeded in swallowing the food through apana prana. Apanena means apana prana dwara. Generally when we do in pranayama, apana prana means exhalation, they say. Prana and apana, that we are not talking here. Here apana means adho gamanavan vayuhu apanaha. That apana only has got the capacity to take downwards. Apana means what? Adho gamanavan vayuhu. That air which goes downwards. That means for example, you see the python. Python, once recently in paper also it came. One python, some big serpent tried to eat that one goat something. So when it is eating, it catches and it needs space, then send that eaten food in backside. The snake has got such a capacity. That is called peristaltic process. It sends back, again suck the next food. Again this food goes back. Again another food. Like that, with backside food it has to go back. Otherwise it cannot consume. You want to gulp the food, Adam irundadane. What you have consumed, it should go back inside. Back means for snake backside, for us inside. So inside to send the food, one mission should be there. Who will send the food? All of us are eating food. How it is going inside? Tell me now. Who is that? Who is that taking the food downwards? Why it is not coming out? When you are swallowing, it is going down. Because of gravitation force? No. Because of apana prana. That apana prana is going downwards. Adho gamanavan. Adho means downwards. Gamanavan means that which moves downwards. Since apana prana is there, it is going downwards. It takes the food also downwards. Mechanism, you see. All other organs are incapable of doing this job. That is why, thank God, you are eating food, idli, dosi, chapati, everything. It is reaching up to the stomach because of single prana, that is apana prana. Apana prana dvara. Tad avayat, it is succeeded in swallowing that food. Saisha annasya grahaha. This apana prana is annasya grahaha. It is the one which consumes the food. Apana is food consumer. Annasya grahaha means food consumer. Ears are not food consumer. Eyes are not food consumer. Like that, this apana prana alone is food consumer, or apana prana, apana is food swallower. Yad vayuhu annagraha tat apanaha annayurva esha yadvayuhu. Yadvayuhu, that which vayu, apana vayu, takes the annam downwards when it is going, that it has got a title. Annayuhu. Annayurva eshaha yadvayuhu. It is called annayuhu. Apana vayu, who is called, the swallower of food is called annayuhu. Annadvara ayuh pradaha apana vayuhu. Annadvara, through annam, your lifespan is sustained, isn't it? Our life, our ayush, our life is sustained by annam. If we don't eat for a few days, 1 day, 2 days, all sense organs stop functioning. They cannot do their function. If you won't give food, eyes cannot see, ears cannot hear, you cannot walk, you cannot write. Something or other you have taken food and came here. Otherwise, you cannot sit in the chair. Yes or no? So, our ayush, our ayu who is sustained by apana prana. How apana prana is helping? Annadvara. Annadvara ayuhu pradaha, the giver of ayu. Ayush and chollamilla. Ayuhu, that life, that which is the life giver, annayuhu, title. It gives life through annam, anartham. It gives life through annam, annadvara ayuhetuhu annayuhu. So this is also a vayu tattvam only, which apana prana is vayu tattvam only. Is a version of ayu tattvam. To my yoga students, all of you know that in yoga classes I used to say, there are 5 pranas, mukhya prana, then samana prana, udana prana, vyana prana, and apana prana. 5 pranas. All pranas, which prana is helping to consume food? Apana prana. Then after consuming that food, excretion also done by that apana prana only. Waste food has to go down. Otherwise, person will be in casualty. That is why this Upanishad belongs to Rigveda. Before this Aitareyopanishad, there are 3 more chapters in Veda. Before this Upanishad, there was a portion called Pranopasana. Whoever does the Prana Upasana, that person will never have stomach problems. Prana Upasana, whoever do, that person will never have indigestion problem. That person will never have any constipation problem. That person will not have piles problem. Whatever connected to Moola Shanka, it is called Moola Shanka. All intestinal, digestive system problems, excretory problems, all problems will not be there. Whoever does Prana Upasana. That Upasana comes before this Aitareyopanishad in Rigveda. So that point he points out here. Annayuhu means Udana Prana, Samana Prana, Vyana Prana, Mukhya Prana, all of them are supportive to this Apana Prana. So all these 5 pranas are interconnected. Mukhya Prana, respiratory system. All of you know, I am just recollecting. Respiratory system is Mukhya Prana, from nose to the lungs. Then Samana Prana is digestive system, that which digests the food is Samana Prana. Samana Prana won't take the food inside. When you put in your mouth, you are gulping, no? You have to do like this. Then only it goes inside. Afterwards, again you put. Again, you have to do that. That is called apana prana. That is why when you are swallowing, you should not talk, we say. In this mukhya prana, breathing prana, and this food trachea, which is going, apana prana inwards, both are connected to pranamaya kosha. Prana only. Therefore, our elders say, while eating, don't talk. If you talk, what will happen? Your prana has to function to swallow the food. At the end, digestive system ki wind pipe vare moody. Okay. If you breathe in, that breathing tract is opened, it goes to the food pipe. And the food pipe, when you are swallowing food, that is opened and went and closed the wind pipe. Understand? Wind pipe, food pipe. Rondu pipe irukka ulle namakku. And the food pipe is opened, its door is opened, the door goes and closes the wind pipe. Wind pipe is where the air is going inside to the lungs. And it closes. Once you want to breathe in, the wind pipe door has to be opened. When you are breathing, wind pipe door has to open. Where that door goes? It goes to the food pipe. And it closes the food pipe entrance. And you breathe. After breathing, again that door is closed and you are taking food, this door is opened. That is why when you are eating and talking, breathing is going on. That way food goes to the wind pipe kulla poi kora varum. And the sadha eppadi varum theriyumo? Orvela food material goes inside the wind pipe, it comes out through the nose. Vaayula potta nose valiya eppadi vandadu? Then somebody is remembering me. Tattigira thala mela. Nobody is remembering. You are disturbing the wind pipe, food pipe. That is why our elders says, while eating, don't talk. All are scientific. These are all scientific. Don't talk while eating. But unfortunately, people talk only while eating. That is the only time for them to. You see, some people still today, they never open their mouth. Even they never receive the phone calls also at that time. It is, you are violating the rule of the system. It is not only that, not disrespecting, it is harmful to your life. There are some people who died also because of that. Sometimes it goes and blocks your windpipe, and what will happen? Suddenly prana will go away. That's why never talk when you are eating. When you are eating, don't talk. When you are talking, don't eat. Suppose you have to talk, avoid gulping the food. Don't swallow. That time give gap if it is inevitable. So these are all aside points which we have to be very careful. Whatever our elders says, vruddha vyavahara, all are very, very significant. Acharya writes, another commentators, they write, this constipation problem is the worst problem to create lot of diseases. Constipation. Why this constipation comes? Because of lack of this prana flow. Properly this prana, samana, udana and apana, vyana are not functioning properly, constipation comes. Therefore, our elders, while eating food also, it is like a puja for them. It is like a prayer. Eating is food. Taking food, it is also a aushadham. We are just gulping, walking and eating, talking and eating, looking at TV and eating. All TVs and dining tables are in the same place. The most unhealthy way of lifestyle. Unhealthy way of lifestyle. never read a book while you are eating, never talk, never see the TV. What you are eating ரசிச்சு ரசிச்சு சாப்பிடணும் అని சொல்லுவான். இப்போ நமக்கு தட்டில் என்ன போட்டானே தெரியாது, அங்கே பார்த்துன்னு இருக்கோம் டிவி, மரக்கதை வீணை ஆர் ஏதோ சினிமா சீரியல் ஆர் கிரிக்கெட் மேட்ச் சம்திங். You do not know what you are eating. Saliva cannot be secreted. Once you look at the food item, that its color, and that saliva has to come from the mouth. Once saliva comes, it can be digested properly what you have consumed. Saliva to ready, mind has to be contact. Eyes and mind has to contact with the food, what you are eating. Suppose you are talking through the cell phone, you are seeing TV, your mind is diverted. The saliva and the glands cannot secrete the saliva sufficient. All of digestive juices are in that saliva. Saliva is the best. That's why saliva varlana ardham theriyuma, aalu out an ardham. The saliva has got so many enzymes. Our own saliva has got so many enzymes. When you are thirsty, what do? You swallow your own saliva. Why? Because that saliva gives strength to you. When you are hungry also, you like to swallow your saliva. Have you thought of it? We all of us do that. When we were hungry, when we were in thirsty condition, we might have done that. But we never notice why this is happening. Every second saliva is coming with the enzymes. Therefore, we take it as granted. Our Upanishad talks each and every point. I am not explaining all those details here. But it is, since this is the context, I would like to give these few important points. Therefore, your mind and eyes and the tongue, your hand, everything. That's why we never eat with a spoon. We should. It is not our culture, means not that we don't know how to eat with a spoon and a fork. Fork, not spork, fork. Fork and spoon and all is not our culture. Why? There is a scientific connection in that. Your hand touch to your lips. That's why our people, you see, they just lick the whole hand. People just look at this person, uncultured person, and they think it is not uncultured, it is culture only for according to us. You know that taste when you lick your own hand, you see the tongue, how much it feels so comfortable. And the saliva, the tongue feels so comfortable. அதெல்லாம் பண்ணினா இப்போ இந்த காலத்தில் licking our own hand after eating food, you see whatever remaining the food to the hand, you lick, you see how. That is why food is different types of food. Choshanam anu solluva, licking, all the sucking, all these are meant for the tongue. The touch is very important. If you want to wash your hands, that's all. Wash your hands and clean, eat later with the hand only. இப்படியெல்லாம் ஸ்பூனுக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? அந்த டச், அந்த ஃபுட்டுடைய ஹீட், டெம்பரேச்சரே தெரியாது ஸ்பூனுக்கு. இது வேற லாஜிக்கல் பாயிண்ட். And the tumblers also, you see, the heat that the skin should know. Now new tumblers are coming, heat should not go away, it should remain heat and சொல்லி எதாவது புதுசா வருது. அது எவ்வளவு டெம்பரேச்சர் இருக்குன்னு தெரியாது. டக்குன்னு வாய்க்கிட்ட விட்ட நாக்கு அவுட்டு அப்படியெல்லாம் போடக்கூடாது. These are all not good. Our ancestors have never done. Before I am going to drink some hot liquid or anything, I should know before itself its temperature. That's why the temperature can be known through the hand. இப்போ என்ன நடக்கிறதுன்னா, அந்த இந்த ஃபாரின் கப்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு இல்லையோ, அதுக்கு சூடு வெளியில் தெரியாது. அதனால நம்ம பழசு வீட்டில் எல்லாம் பாருங்க, ஆர்த்தடாக்ஸ் ஹவுசஸ்ல எல்லாம் கப்பு கிடையாது. இந்த பிங்காணி கப்பை, அந்த டைப் ஆஃப் கப் ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. இப்போ ஃபேஷனாக போச்சு. ஹீட் வெளியில் தெரியாத ஒரு பாத்திரத்தில் அந்த நீ எதுவுமே எந்த லிக்விட் கன்சியூம் பண்ணக்கூடாது. அதனுடைய கூல்னஸ் ஆர் ஹீட் யூ டு நாட் நோ. அது என்ன ஆகும்னா நாக்கு கிட்ட போய் இட் டிஸ்ட்ராய்ஸ் the buds of the tongue. Slowly you do not know, you get cold or you get heat or you get stomach burn, all this happens. அந்த மாதிரி கிளாஸஸ், டம்ளர்ஸ், கப்ஸ் எல்லாம் வைக்கக்கூடாது வீட்டில். என்னமோ போயிட்டு இருக்கேன், அவுட் ஆஃப் சப்ஜெக்ட். ஓகே, ரொம்ப பிடிச்சிருக்கு எனக்கு. ஓகே, திஸ் ஐ நெவர் தாட் ஆஃப் திஸ், டுடே ஓன்லி இட் ஹேஸ் கம் இன் த கிளாஸ். இப்போ இது சொல்லும் போது தான் வருது, ஏன் அந்த மாதிரி கிளாஸஸ், டம்ளர்ஸ் எதுக்காக நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணுறோம். ஓல்டன் டேஸில் இருக்கிற அந்த கிளாஸ் which shows the temperature of the water or any juice, any malt, the temperature must be known to them. This is the first tester, detector. இது டிடெக்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் உள்ள அனுப்பணும். பாப்பா இதுக்கு டிடெக்ட் பண்ண முடியறதுக்கு இவன் நம்ம வாய்ப்பு குடிக்கல, அது ஒரு மாதிரி டம்ளரில் போட்டி, திஸ் ஹேண்ட் இஸ் ஹெல்ப்லெஸ். தென் வாட் இட் டஸ், குடி, அப்புறம் தான் தெரியும் உள்ளே போனதுக்கப்புறம். தென் வி கெட். இப்படி தான் நிறைய பேர் காஃபி கொடுக்கறது எல்லாரும், தே கிவ் லைக் திஸ் ஹாட்டான, அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன ஒரு சிப்பு பண்ணி அவுட்டு, அப்புறம் வெயிட் பண்ணி பண்ணி பண்ணி, எதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி கஷ்டம். அதாவது ஃபஸ்ட்டு டிடெக்டர் பண்ண, ஆஃப்டர் கோயிங் இன்சைட் யூ cannot do anything. You see, after going inside the tongue, if it touches, tongue is burnt, no, it is really suffering for the tongue. That's why hand is the first detector. Then it has to say, give the message, don't drink. It is very cold, don't drink. It gives the message. It is very hot, don't drink. Gives the message. So that message is not possible nowadays. What are all cups we are using at home? அந்த டவரா, அந்த டம்ளர், அதுதான் பெஸ்ட் வழி. இது என்ன பழச காலம்மா, இதெல்லாம் வேண்டான்னு சொல்கிறேன். இந்த குழந்தைகளுக்கெல்லாம் சொல்லி கொடுங்க. ஓகே, டீச் டு யுவர் சில்ட்ரன். தி ஹோல் கிளாஸ் யூ ஹாவ் டு டீச் அகெயின் டு யுவர் சில்ட்ரன் ஆர் கிராண்ட் சில்ட்ரன். மெக்கானிசம், நாட் டோன்ட் ஸ்பாயில் யுவர் ஹெல்த் அண்ட் அர்த்தம். சரி, நெக்ஸ்ட் போர்ஷனுக்கு வில் கோ. அன்னாயுஹு, the apana vayu has got the title annayuhu. Now comes the anupravesha shruti. We will read the mantra, page number 36, 11th mantra. Read loudly mantra. Saikshatam kathanvidam madrute syaditi saikshatam katarena prapadyayiti saikshatam yadi vachabhivyahrutam यदि प्राणेनाभिप्राणितं यदि चक्षुषा दृष्टं यदि श्रोत्रेण श्रुतं यदि त्वचा स्पृष्टं यदि मनसा ध्यातं यद्यपानेनाभ्यापानितं पानेनाभ्यपानितं यदि शिश्नेन विसृष्टं यद् शिश्नेन विसृष्टं अथ कोहमिति. अनुप्रवेश श्रुति. This 11th mantra and 12th mantra both are very important, and that portion also we have to read half of the portion. 12th mantra. Sa etameva simanam vidarya तया द्वारा प्रापद्यते सैषा विद्रुतिर्नाम dvaha tadetannanandam nanandanam tadetannanandanam. In no Upanishad these points are discussed. This is the only Upanishad in the entire Upanishadic literature talking about Jiva Srishti very clearly. That is why Aitareyopanishad is very, very important because of these two mantras. All other, until now, whatever we have seen, there is no tatparyam. There are only figurative expressions until now we have seen. Loka Srishti, Lokapala Srishti, Anna Srishti, all these are only figurative expressions. Anupravesha means entry of Paramatma. Imagine in beach there are a lot of statues. In front of those statues you keep a lot of food, suppose. Okay, food it cannot consume. Why? It is inert. It cannot consume. Even that statue cannot hear the sound. Sound is the food for ear. It cannot hear. Forms, you are all walking in the beach. That Kannagi can count how many are coming today to see me. No, Kannagi cannot count. By seeing through eyes, because it cannot see, because it is inert. The statue is inert. It cannot hear, it cannot see, it cannot taste, it cannot walk, it cannot touch, it cannot smell, it cannot do meditation, it cannot do anything. What is the use of that statue? No use. Another example, I want to give 3 examples before going to talk about the entry. Second example. First example, statue. Our beach statues. Second example, we construct a house. From the foundation onwards, you see the whole building, how many things are involved in that building. And bricks, cement, and what are all matter, iron, wood, so many things are there. And kitchen room, drawing room, bedroom, bathroom, so many rooms are there. Garden is there, everything is there. Interior decoration, everything is there. The whole thing is meant for whom? Can house enjoy that house? House for whom? For housekeeper, householder. Without griha yajamana, there is no use of that griham. Isn't it? After constructing the whole house, the yajamana should enter the house and enjoy each and everything. A benefit is enjoyed by the bhokta, the experiencer, yajamana. Yes? Second example. Clear? And that means the experiencer of that house, whatever food is available, the experiencer is required. The hot water, nice geyser I have arranged. Experiencer of that hot water must be there. The TV is there, experiencer of the TV must be there. Anything for that matter, the experiencer, bhokta is required. Until now, Paramatma created bhoga prapancha, bhogya prapancha. Karanam and Vishaya. Vishayas are available, lokas are available, objects are available, and karanams are available, but bhokta has not yet come. Bhokta, the experiencer, is required. Bhoga, bhogyam is no use without bhokta. Experiencer or observer is required. This is one second example. Okay? Now, third example, you see the electrical gadgets. And in houses, when they construct newly, And first they give wiring. After wiring, they give a lot of electrical bulbs and all they keep. And they keep fridge, they keep TV, they keep washing machine and all other things. Everything they have brought. And they have given connection. Then what is main important? Electricity. Wires all connection irukke. Have you seen any house like that? Griha praveshan they do. Without electricity connection, not yet come. In the hurry, they have to enter Muhurta for Muhurtan's sake. And the main connection is not given. All these wires, connection and electrical gadgets, are they useful? Without one, that electricity. The beauty of the bulbs, the beauty of the machines, the beauty of anything, any electrical gadget, all will function only because of one electricity. Like that, examples mood podum. Okay. Like that, in this inert, virat material, prapancha, bhoga and bhogya, karana and vishaya are there. The karanas can enjoy the vishaya only when there is experiencer. Sentient principle is required. Because bhoga and the karana and the vishaya both are inert. This flower is inert. Flower is inert. Flower cannot enjoy its yellow color. This is vishaya. Eyes cannot enjoy the color. Behind the eyes, one sentient principle is required to appreciate the color of this vishaya, the flower. This is vishaya. This is bhoga karanam. Karanam and vishaya, bhogya vishaya, both are for whose sake? Bhokta's sake. Bhokta must be sentient principle. That is only Paramatma, the consciousness. Now Paramatma thinks saha ikshata. Paramatma thought of. Paramatma thought of. What he thought of? Katham nu idam madrite syat iti. How can this idam means Paramatma after world projection, world creation, Paramatma thought of. I have created lokas, lokapalas and all karanams, indriyams, everything, vishayas, everything, annam, everything. One bhokta must be there. Sentience principle must be there. Without that sentient principle, what is the use of this whole creation? Who is the enjoyer? Paramatma thought of. Then I have to make this whole thing sentient. Other than me, the Paramatma, there is no second sentient being in the creation. Therefore, what I have to do? I, the Paramatma, has to enter the medium, Vishaya, can be enjoyed through the medium, by me alone, the consciousness principle. So Paramatma has to plan. Paramatma alone is sentient. So Paramatma has to enter. Paramatma has to enter the medium, Virat medium. Now in between you have to think. Paramatma created Virat Samashti level. Then Jivas also he has created individual bodies. All of them are inert only. Then Paramatma thought of, see, just like parents. Parents, they want to get love and affection. What do? They create children. I want to be loved by someone. I want to be loved. Who will love me? Other than my son or daughter, who will love me? First my son and daughter only loves me, next only other people may love. Isn't it? Who you love your mother. How much you love? How much you love your father? You love so much. That's why parents want their children because they want to be loved. That is why they give birth to the children. Someone should love me. Someone should love me. Therefore, they give birth to the children. Afterwards, they have love internally. They have so much love. Every son and daughter is having love. And that love is going haywire because of certain conditions only. Otherwise, they have basic, tremendous love. Every child has got love, affection on parents. Even other beings are having. That is very natural. Why? And the Rakta Sambandham. Eppadiyo, adhe madri, Paramatma also want to be loved by someone. Paramatma and the desire irukke. Someone should recognize me. Someone should know me. Someone should love me. Someone should be happy with me. Who will be happy? Therefore, just as parents want to create children to be loved by them, Paramatma want to create jivas to know the greatness of Paramatma. Okay? Paramatma want to create jivatmas to know the greatness of Paramatma, to love Paramatma, and to revere Paramatma, to be fascinated by Paramatma. Paramatma in the desire one vandachu ulla. Vanda udane enna pannitaru? Let me enter this medium, karanams, and as jiva, I want to enter. Paramatma thought of. Then after going inside, also Paramatma planned. After going inside, suppose if I want to come out, and exit also gate path vechirukkaru. Exit. Entry ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் அபிமன்யு மாதிரி உள்ள போய் மாட்டுக்க கூடாது இல்லையா? இந்த ஜீவாத்மா ரூபல்ல உள்ள போய் மாட்டுக்க கூடாது. அதனால அதிலிருந்து வெளியில வர்றதுக்கு வழி இருக்கணும். அப்படி என்ன பண்ணிட்டாரு தெரியுமா? அந்த வழிக்காக அந்த ஜீவனுக்கு ஒரு இந்த சாஸ்திரம் ஒன்று கொடுத்துட்டு, சாஸ்திர துவாரா ஆத்ம விசாரம் இதெல்லாம் ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணிட்டார் பரமாத்மா. ப்ரொவைட் பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணிட்டார் தெரியுமா? அவனுக்கு கொஞ்சம் விவேகம் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. All species cannot know me, at least this human being, this human species can recognize me. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணிட்டாருன்னா, these sense organs, each sense organs, the description comes here. Without me, the consciousness, how these mediums, matter can survive. Who is the experiencer? Therefore, mad rite, rite means without. Mat rite, without me. This is Panchami Vibhakti. Wherever rite comes, the mat will be Panchami Vibhakti, without me. Katham syat iti. Therefore, saha ikshata, Paramatma thought of. What he thought of? Katarena prapadya iti. That sentence I will keep later. Okay, now that is connected to the next 12th mantra. Katarena prapadyata iti. Through which entry gate I have to enter. Through which entry gate I have to enter, Paramatma thought of. That word explanation comes to the 12th mantra. Now you see the next line, second line. Sa ikshata yadi vacha abhivyahritam. Yadi vacha abhivrahritam. Kohamiti. See, all these vacha is in Tritiya Vibhakti. If I see through the eyes, if I see with my eyes, who am I? Question comes. Then second, yadi pranena abhipranitam. Yadi pranena, here pranena abhipranitam means if I smell through this nose, through the nose, with the nose, then who am I? All these are in Tritiya Vibhakti. Tritiya denotes the karanam, an instrument. Then yadi chakshusha drishtam, if I see with my eyes, who am I? If I see with my eyes, then who am I? The question can come, no? Then, yadi shrotrena shrutam, if I listen through ears, if I listen with my ears, then who am I? Kaha aham. That koham is the last line is coming. Kohamiti. Then, yadi tvacha sprishtam, if I touch with my skin something, tvacha, again tritiya. Tritiya means third case. Tritiya means karanam. Karane tritiya. If I am using the karanam, then who am I? Question is possible. Karanam is in tritiya. The experiencer must be in subject, must be in prathama. Then who am I? Who am I? I am using eyes to see. Then who am I? I am hearing through the ears. Then who am I? I am using the karanam, ears. Then who am I? Then sprishtam over. Yadi manasadhyatam. If through the mind I meditate upon something, then who am I? I am using the mind. I am using the mind for meditation. Then who am I? Question. Who is the user of these karanams? Who is the user of these karanams? Dhyatam, manasadhyatam, kaha aham, koham iti. Yadi apanena abhyapanitam. This instrument, apanena abhyapanitam. If through this apana prana I consume food, who am I? Who is this experiencer? That question will come to this Jivatma. If I keep all these sense organs, I should not enter through these sense organs. Isn't it? Bhagavan want to enter. How to enter? What is the entry gate for me to enter as Jivatma? Bhagavan thought of, let me not enter these through gates. There are instruments. Then I should enter through the Simanam Vidarya. And in the next mantra, Varum, you see that, Yadi Shishnena, another one, last, Shishnena Visrishtam. This is the Upastha Indriyam. If a person, Visrishtam means urine passing through the excretory organs, all, who am I? When I use all these instruments, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, all these are instruments I am using. The user of instruments must be different from the user of the instruments must be different from the used instruments. That means at that time this jiva will definitely inquire for me, the Paramatma, recognize himself as Paramatma. Are you getting the point? Then if I keep the sense organs for him, for his use, that Jivatma is questioning, who am I, who am I, who am I? Then that Jivatma tries to recognize himself as Paramatma. Oh, I am Paramatma. Anandam. This is the Anandam. This is what I want. Paramatma want to be recognized by Jivatmas. So Paramatma has a desire. Understand? Desire is not evil. But you have that Shubha Kama is not wrong. Paramatma also have desire. Paramatma wanted to be recognized, to be revered. Therefore he created his own jivas, and the jiva recognize one day or other, recognize I am non-separate from Paramatma. Paramatma is so great that jiva recognize. And while the jiva recognize I am Paramatma, how much ananda the jiva feels. Appa illena naan engirukken, amma appa illena naan engirukken and solroma illaya. So all my gratitude, see the musicians, dancers, everyone, they dedicate their songs, music program, everything for whom? Book, if they write anything. I dedicate to my parents. I dedicate to my parents. Why? If they are not there, where am I? At that time, parents are sitting in the front seat. How they feel? I am dedicating this program to my parents. I am here today on the stage in front of you. I am taking this Chudamani award or some award, Shiromani award, because of my parents. Then parents feel what? So happy. Like that, Paramatma also, by seeing every Jnani, feels happy. Paramatma. That is why Jnani is so Anandas. Is Anando Ananda. I am where without Paramatma? I am nowhere. Because I, the consciousness experiencer of this everything through these instruments, I am experiencing through these instruments. I, the experiencer, is consciousness principle. I, the consciousness, is none other than that Paramatma, the consciousness. Therefore, Jivatma, Paramatma, Aikya Jnana. So, Paramatma don't want to enter through these. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾರಣಂಸ್. ಅದೆನ್ನ ಪಂಟಾರ್ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮ சீமானம் விதாரிய, நாட் த்ரூ த ஃபுட் ஆல்சோ. இதுக்கு கால் வழியாக போகிறது, கால் வழியாக வேண்டாம். காலு பிராணவாயுக்கு பிளேஸ் அது. அதுதான் வென் பிரீதிங் இஸ் ப்ராப்ளம், தே டூ மசாஜ் இன் த ஃபுட், யூனோ. அது ஒரு பாதம் நல்ல மசாஜ் பண்ணுவா. வென் பிரீதிங் இஸ் ப்ராப்ளம், ஹார்ட் ப்ராப்ளம் வந்தால் உடனே தே டு மசாஜ்னா பிராண வாயு இஸ் கனெக்டட். ஸோ பரமாத்மா தாட், லெட் மீ நாட் என்டர் த்ரூ த ஃபுட் ஆல்சோ, லெட் மீ என்டர் த்ரூ த ஸ்கல். சீமானம் விதாரிய. நெக்ஸ்ட் லைன் ஐ ரெட், 12th mantra. You see the first line? Saha etameva சீமானம் விதாரிய. இந்த 11th ஸ்லோ மந்த்ரால ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லைன் பாருங்க. சஹ ஈக்ஷதா கதரேண பிரபத்யா இதி. வித் வாட், through which entry I have to enter. Through which entry gate I have to enter. That connection is here. Seemanam vidarya taya dvara prapadyata. Let me separate the skull, that is called Sendra Yonihi, Brahma Kapalam. Indra Yoni, this is. That is why you open the hair in the middle, in the இதுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவான்? பாப்பிட்டான்னு சொல்லுவான் தெலுங்குல. பாப்பிட்டா இது உச்சி. இந்த தனி ஓப்பன் பண்ண இங்க இருக்கு வகுடு. இந்த வகுடு மிடில் எதுக்கு பண்ணணுமா தெரியுமா? இதுக்கு தான். சைடில் பண்ணக்கூடாது. ஜென்ட்ஸ் கூட ப்ரீவியஸ்லி தோஸ் டேஸ் மிடில் தான் பண்ணுவான். எல்லாம் நம்ம பெரியவங்க பண்ணது ரொம்ப யோசிக்கணும். நம்ம இந்த உச்சி இங்கே தான் பிரம்மரந்திரம் இருக்கும். அந்த பிரம்மரந்திரம் ஆயில் வைக்கணும் அங்கே. அந்த ஆயில் வைக்கும் போது எதுக்காக வைக்கிறான்னா, ரிமெம்பரிங் தட் பிரம்மன் ஹேஸ் என்டர்ட் த்ரூ திஸ் கபால. அந்த கப்பால 2-3 இருக்கும். அந்த சென்டர் போர்ஷன் இஃப் யூ ஓப்பன், அதில் he has entered. And that's why upasakas at the time of death they break their kapalam valiya போயிடுவான். பிரம்ம யோனி துவாரா they go to brahmaloka. Upasakas. That is very significant. I don't want ask you to change your vagid. So ladies, gents were doing, what to talk of ladies. And the middle, அதுக்கு தான் சீமந்தன் டைம் ஆல்சோ they put, சிந்தூரம் ஆல்சோ they put. சிந்தூரம் இப்படி எப்படி வச்சுக்க முடியும்? இங்கே பண்ணின வகுடு லெஃப்ட் சைடு, சிந்தூரம் மிடில். என்ன அர்த்தம்? மிடில் தான் பண்ணணும், சைடில் பண்ணக்கூடாது. If you are very strict, open in the middle now. Just I am telling. Why என்ன oil you keep side, middle. உச்சி, இது கால் உச்சி. அந்த உச்சி தான் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். அதுக்கு தான் தே பிரேக் ஆல்சோ. ஏதாவது கொஞ்சம் சொட்டை வந்தால் ஆமாம் இந்த பக்கமாக போச்சு பிராணம்னு சொல்லுவா. இதெல்லாம் சயின்டிஃபிக் சாஸ்திரம். Let's say scientists do not know who is the observer, who is the experiencer. They know everything, all experiments they do, but they are not able to decipher, recognize this experience. Very difficult. No scope for them. But we have scope. Satyam. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.